Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Nany Manley, and I appreciate you making the time to participate on this webinar with us today. My hope for you is that I can add value to your life choices as you go on to improve your lifestyle, and that you can have some extra tools in your bag as you go on to do that. So let's get started. A little bit about myself as I open here my screen. There you go. Technology and I are best friends, but sometimes she doesn't like me very much, so hold on. There you go. I hope you can see that. So a little bit about myself. I'm originally actually from Brazil. I have been living in Utah for about 13 years now, and I'm a USANA Go Director. I'm a co-founder as well of Health Core and a certified Zumba instructor. That's one of my passions. I'm a certified nutrition advisor and a mother and wife, and I believe my husband probably hacked my presentation and added right there to a very handsome man. Not that he's wrong, but that is true for sure. That's my family right there. And we're so excited to be able to share a little bit about what makes us who we are and how USANA has played a role in improving our lifestyle and our relationships as well. So let's get started with what the material we have to share with you today. So what are some of the challenges facing our generation? I would say that the first one is health. Every day, as I work as a certified nutrition advisor, I see people that have been compromising their health, that have been sacrificing their health. And most of the time is due to finances. It's so much easier to make the choices that will be cheaper, that will be more convenient, but we can't really see that affecting your life long term, affecting your health long term. So are you as physically healthy as you want to be, or financially healthy as you want to be? So hopefully today, as we go over some of the options that USANA has to offer, you can see how that can benefit your lifestyle right now, but also create a legacy as you go on into your life. So today's health reality, unfortunately, this is the statistics that we see today, and is not, these numbers are only applied to US, but as I told you, I'm from Brazil and I work with our businesses in 5 different countries right now, and it is a reality that is spreading, is widespread right now. So cardiovascular disease, cancer, stroke, respiratory disease, and diabetes, unfortunately, it is what is plaguing our society today. Let's talk about the root causes, though. Why is that? So the causes of disease, I believe, really trace back to our lifestyle choices. And one of them definitely is related to our nutrition. That's one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle when it comes to our health. So back in the early 1900s, we had a very different type of diet. So today, what we call industrialized farms or rotation of crops, you know, there are different kind of names, but how our food is produced and distributed today definitely is different than when it was back then. So you might have heard those two buzzwords, free radicals and antioxidants. So let's talk about what they are. Free radicals, think about it as a 2-year-old very high on sugar, is bouncing off the walls, and when that happens in your cell, what is happening is that it's causing damage to the DNA. And antioxidants, if we break that word into antioxidants, so they are slowing down the oxidative process that happens within your cells. And our best option, our best source of antioxidants certainly is from our fresh fruits and vegetables. However, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a busy mother, I'm an entrepreneur, I have a home-based business, and although we do our best, I'm still not getting 9 to 12 servings of fruits and vegetables within myself and my kids every single day. And unfortunately, the pace of life makes that a little bit of a challenge. So, but what is the reality today? Not only our pace of life is a little bit faster, but the food choices that are available for us on the go, the convenience of it, right, are much different as well. Therefore, our exposure to free radicals is much higher than that of antioxidants. And that makes a difference in the way our cells communicate with each other, the way they reproduce, and of course, you know, the bottom line, how we are healthy from the inside out. So here are some of the deficiencies when it comes to nutrient deficiencies in North America. So the first one right there, I'm just going to focus on that one, vitamin E. 97% of women, adult women, are deficient in vitamin E. And here's the interesting correlation. Vitamin E is the most important nutrient to prevent and reverse the damage of a cardiovascular disease and cancer. Not coincidentally, the number one and number two leading death in the US today. So I truly believe that when we focus on nutrition, when we focus on your body needs, your body's going to shine for you. Your body's going to be able to do its job without much intervention of medication and other compromises as well. So how can we fix that, right? So how can we prevent our bodies from being attacked or bombarded by free radicals every single day? Pollution, like I said, I live in Utah during the winter time here. I never experienced that before until I actually moved here. Something called inversion is when, the cloud of pollution from cars and machineries and so many different things in factories are just trapped inside of the mountains, right? So, but in Brazil, where I'm from São Paulo, the 5th largest city in the world, there's a very different type of pollution as well. Stress, of course, nobody suffers from that, right? You and I are totally stress-free. It doesn't affect our health at all. Radiation and toxins. One thing interesting about toxins specifically, as I work with women's health for the last 3 years, is that the average teenager put somewhere between 13 to 17 products on her skin, which is your largest organ, every single day. Every single one of those products have a minute amount of chemical preservative that by itself is totally fine. However, when you pile up 17 of them, even half of that, right, you can see the toxicity level that your cells have to deal with much higher. So here are some of the things that unfortunately do come just in our environment, just as we live life. So I believe that one of the reasons why we must be supplementing our diet, that we must be looking for quality of life, improving our quality of life, is because there are the answers. They are the answers. There are products out there that can help diminish that exposure and help diminish the effects long-term in our health, in our life. So what is our story with USANA Health Sciences? USANA in Greek means true health. And for me, that was a very appealing note to know. It was very eye-opening because, as a mother, but as any human beings, right, when someone is not telling you the truth, that, something's wrong. So that truth right there, true health, was very interesting, very attractive to me. And that was what made me look into USANA. So we have been around since 1992. We are public traded in the stock market exchange, and we're also a company that we have so many different accolades and awards. I'm going to go into some of them in just a little bit, but you can actually see right here, that's our world facility. It's in Salt Lake City, so I actually have the privilege to go there very often, my husband and I, and it is something that we take great pleasure in what our history is and mainly where we're going. So let me let you know a little bit about that. And I believe to understand any company, any product, we need to start at the genesis. We need to start where it all began. And it began with this man, Dr. Mario Wentz. And he had a vision, and his vision has expanded my personal vision as well, as not only I live my life and grow my business, but also the imprint that I want to live behind. And he said, I dream of a world free from pain and suffering, a world free from disease. Love life and live it to its fullest in happiness and health. You guys, I have met Dr. Wentz, and it was a wonderful experience to be able to attach reality to this vision. USANA has been in our family since 1994 with my husband's family. He was 13 years old when he started taking the products, and I can see that vision being expanded through generations now. And for us, it's such a privilege to be able to share that vision as well. So Dr. Wentz actually already had a very successful company back in the 70s, Gold Laboratory. He was the founder of that. If you have ever heard of Mono or the Epstein-Barr virus, he was actually the scientist that developed the disposable test kit for that for that diagnostic. So has been now patent all over the world, and then he went on and sold that company and shift his research and his work into prevention and maintain of cell health. So in 1992, out of that work, USANA was born. So, and it was something so interesting to learn a little bit of that history from the beginning, and what USANA has turned into today, worldwide company, that it is so wonderful to be able to see something that is started from a passion, from not only a vision as I shared with you guys, but from personal experiences as well. So back in 2007, Dr. Wentz, he received the Albert Einstein Award, and he is the only American scientist to actually have ever received that. So it's a very prestigious award, of course. He had to go to Israel to receive that. Back in 2012, then we celebrated 20 years, and we're going on now for 24 years of business, but mainly of changing lives. For us, that is really the mission, and to expand that vision. So what do we have to offer? What are some of USANA products and tools that we have to offer to the world today? So the tagline, the main, pretty much the basic, we call it, is the essentials. The name says it all, right? That's where we start with our health. So not only they are precise balance of amounts of vitamins and minerals, but also we have a cell-protecting antioxidants, and now you know what that means, right? It slows down the oxidative process in your cells from the inside out. We went on then to develop a whole other line of what we call optimizers. They're complementary. They go together with the essentials, and then you can focus on every single body system. Some of my favorite ones are the cellular one with the Biomega fish oil and extra vitamin D. Again, I live in Utah, and I don't get enough sun as I used to in tropical Brazil, right? So that's something that I'm very aware of how my body responds to. So I love being able to understand that nutrition and supplementation, it is very personalized, it's very individualized. And to help us with that, we have something called the True Health Assessment. That is a very quick 10-minute test that you go and take, that is based on your life choices, in your lifestyle, a little bit of your family history as well. And that way you can prioritize, how do you start focusing on your nutrition? And one of the things that we love is how you can customize then to your personal needs. So you can create these AM and PM packs with whatever nutrition supplementation that you want and need, and is on the go. Again, like I said, my husband and I, we travel due to our business or to visit family and whatnot. And here, I believe that's his, yeah, right there, Marshall Manley on the top. And it's very convenient. You don't have to compromise your health and your supplementation because you have to open 10 bottles, right, or something like that. So we love being able to offer this, which is unheard of in the vitamin world. How can we just go take one bottle off the shelf at Walmart or something, and that one pill fit your needs and my needs, when we have such different lifestyles, right? Family history, we live in different parts of the country and whatnot. But going back to what your body needs right there, I believe that is a key component of creating that sustainable health. Plus, every single month we receive this, a fresh batch on our doorstep. It's not on the shelf forever. I don't know how long it has been there. I don't know the conditions of manufacturing, right? So this, within 90 days from production, I'm receiving a very new fresh batch right on my home, right in my house, and I don't have to doubt, right? It takes all that guesswork out. And USANA, of course, has gone on to develop something for the whole family. I'm very appreciative of this because, again, I work with women's health, but also I'm raising a family. So USANA has a whole line for pregnancy, nursing moms, or even women that are low in iron. So that's the baby care right there. I love it. It's the same as our essentials. However, it's also fortified with iron. And we have something for the kids. It's the multivitamin for the children. It's called USANimals. My children literally fight over this. And it's really cute to see, whenever we have friends over and whatnot playing here, that's kind of like their treat, right? Like, hey, do you want to use animals? And stuff like that. Each pill has a different animal on it. So it's really interesting to make nutrition fun, right? And Body Rocks, teenagers, they eat a lot, but they also eat a lot of crap. Like they really forget that they are not immortal, right? I remember, it has been a while, but I remember feeling that way. However, if you go on the shelves today, you can't really find anything for teenagers, like children or adults, and we're missing this whole gap, of generation right there. So I love being able to work with families because it's truly the legacy that we want to leave behind, right? As a family of health. So many people come to me and say, okay, where do I start, right? Like if you go to your doctor or something and your calcium's low or something, right? And then you go to the grocery store and you're like, there's so many different options. You have chewables, you have this, you have that, you have all just different forms and manufacturers and whatnot, and it gets pretty confusing. So I love being able to use this tool. There's a third-party study, a company up in Canada, Dr. Lyle McWilliam. Sorry, he's not a doctor actually, but no, Lyle McWilliam, he's a scientist. And he was commissioned by the Parliament of Canada to do a research in over 1,600 nutritional supplements, over the counter, private owned, you name it, of course. And then they came up with this book. Again, it's a third party study, but USANA was not only ranked, the top with 5-star rating, but also we received the Editor's Choice Award, which is a very prestigious award for that. So I love being able to use, again, taking out of the guesswork, right? Being able to use a third-party study that has tested over 1,600 nutritional supplements, and USANA definitely has shown to be different, that not all vitamins are created equal. So I love being able to understand a little bit of that background and the research that it offers. USANA is as well a trusted partner and sponsor of the Dr. Oz show. It's really fun to be able to see our products featured every month on the show and get the insights of Dr. Oz and how that product can improve your lifestyle and your health overall. So, it is such a we take so much pride in that because Dr. Oz really doesn't have a lot of sponsors in his show, and he made space for USANA specifically. He looked into our company for a few years, and of course has met here Dr. Wentz, the founder, and Dave Wentz, who is the CEO of USANA today. So that's something really fun that I would like to share because, who doesn't know Dr. Oz, right? So, but also it is a very wonderful and trusted venue in which more people can come to know about our products as well. And why is that important? Why is understanding the difference in quality of supplementation makes a difference in the way that you take care of your health? So I'm not sure how many of you have heard about this, but this was a study that in an investigation that started back in New York, and investigation of supplements at Target, Walmart, Walgreens, some GNC companies as well, in reveals troubling discovery. And I like right here on the bottom, where it says that some of the supplements showed that they had other elements as well, and right there like rice, asparagus, and houseplants. I'm like, how do you put houseplants in a manufacturing facility? How does that even help? How does that even happen, right? It's like, hey, we ran out of this. Here's some plants. Let's add that to the batch. So it's unheard of to see that, the quality control, the painstaking process that USANA puts into making sure that you and I get the best of the best when it comes to supplementation, because really there's not much regulation or laws to protect the consumer when it comes to vitamins. And I think this is one of the reasons right there that so many manufacturers can kind of run free when it comes to their processes. So USANA is an FDA registered facility. That means that every single year we go on to be able to prove ourselves, to the FDA that we are also pharmaceutical graded, that our products, what is on the label is actually on every single pill as well, and every single dosage. So again, that makes a difference when you understand the quality of manufacturing to every single one of the products, that what you're purchasing is actually making a difference for you, not simply, adding more synthetic or fake products into your body to deal with. So weight management, like I mentioned, I work with a lot of women. That's my passion, work with women's health. And weight management lately almost became like a swear word. If you say that, it's like, people just kind of start freaking out, right? So let's talk about health management. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. But not only that, I want you to understand that when you talk about health management, that's long term, that's sustainable. Why diets don't work, right? Because first of all, the first three letters spells die. You want to die when you're dieting, right? You go into this psychological mode of, I can't have this, I can't have that. There's a lot of negativity when it comes to that. And one of the things is because women step on the scale and like there's this number, there's this social concept that if you don't fit into that number, this cookie cutter number that someone came up with, you're not good enough. Or if you don't fit into this dress size or those pants or whatever it is, right? So I want to share with you guys a little secret, right? Weight management is a side effect of good nutrition. That's it. That's the bottom line. I don't think I actually told you anything new. I just connected the dots for you to understand that you already know you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. You already know you need to drink more water. You already know you need to, do activities to manage stress and to be able to increase your gratitude and whatnot. You know that you need to sleep better, right? But in the fast pace of life, it's hard to make those changes. It's hard to make decisions that help you get closer to your goals. So another tool that USANA has offered is the meal replacements. I absolutely love NutriMeal, you guys. I love being able to have this as my favorite plan B. Plan A is a very balanced meal with the family that it took me hours to prepare, and whatnot, everything organic, right? So is plan A always an option? Absolutely not. But if then plan B would be ordering pizza, hey, at least I have a better plan B, right? So it's not just a protein shake, it's a meal replacement shake. It's balanced with fats, with good beneficial fats. You have fiber, you have good carbs to give you energy, you have protein, you name it. It's balanced, with all food groups and macronutrients that you need to feed your body. And it's safe for pregnant women, it's safe for children. So I love being able, again, to be able to share convenient, great tasting, great for you, and broad appeal option for everyone. You don't have to like, no, sorry, kids, you guys can have this or something. Hey, between dentist appointment, kindergarten pickup, this and that, right? Like sometimes life gets crazy. And we also have our snack protein bars as well. My kids fight over this. We have to hide them. It's insane. But, it again is the best plan B option that you have when plan A sometimes kind of fall through the cracks, right? So, but also can help manage your weight right there because they're all low glycemic foods, which means that does not spike your blood sugar, therefore keeping your hormones such as insulin and cortisol balanced as well, give you less longing energy throughout the day instead of making you tired because you have to, process your food so much faster. So USANA understands that in order to be able to get started, you need a plan, you need a system, right? I'm a huge believer that systems work because you always have something to fall back on once you get off track. And USANA system is called the reset. It's a 5-day, jumpstart phase in which you replace all of your 3 meals by meal replacement shakes, the NutriMeals that like I showed you before. You also have the USANA protein bars right there. And in addition to that, you're going to be drinking 60 to 70 ounces of water plus a serving of fruit and vegetable of your choice. So it's wonderful. Mixed with that, you are, adding 20 to 30 minutes of mild exercise. But here's the thing. Takes the guesswork out because even if I bring you into my home, let's go ahead and let's cook together and whatnot, that's not going to fit. Our lifestyles are different. But reset takes the guesswork out of what you need to do to rid your body of the sugar cravings, of the salty snacks craving and whatnot. So that coupled with mild exercise will reset your body. And then after that, you can just choose what specifically phase you like to implement to achieve your fitness and health goals. Maybe you like to go to 1 shake a day or 2 shakes a day. You can ask whoever introduced you to USANA what would be the best approach for you at that time. And of course, coupling that with your nutritional supplements as well. Another thing that I love to understand is that I love understanding is that over 700 athletes have chosen USANA as their supplement of choice. here's the thing, athletes, they actually are under the microscope all the time when it comes to their performance, their health, their nutrition, because that's honestly how, their career, their whole life, that they dedicate for, being able to be an elite athlete. So if, this mama, can enjoy the benefits that athletes have through the same supplementations, I'm all in. So I love being able to know that we have that option as well. And one of the things that we pride ourselves in is that USANA have $1 million guarantee that our athletes will not test positive for banned substances because they're taking our supplements. So I love being able to talk about that, because that's a huge, that speaks volume on how much we trust. Again, we trust our supplements to be able to share not only with the general public, but with those athletes that are looking to improve their performance as well. Here's a little bit about Team USANA. My husband and I also actually were able to watch the WTA, the Women's Tennis Association, on tour back in California. And it's wonderful to be able to see, people really looking for what is going to give them that edge when it comes to taking care of their nutrition and their health without compromising. So that's what I love being able to understand about our athletes. Beauty from head to toe. I love our Sunset line. Beautiful, beautiful science, right? So I believe that beauty is truly from the inside out. It's not just the saying, it's not just who you are when nobody's watching, but your skin, again, your largest organ, only makes up somewhere between 15 to 20% of your body. So if you want a beautiful skin, we need to work on those cells that are coming from the inside out. We need to work on the health of your digestive system, of your hormones and whatnot. And then you get the side effect of beautiful science, of a beautiful skin. However, again, like I mentioned, many of our teenagers, especially teenage girls, are exposing their bodies to so many different harsh chemicals right there. And what I love about Sensei is being able to have my babies being able to, take those products without the harsh chemicals. Any of the women that I work with that might have thyroid or hormone imbalances, this is not messing up with their skin. This is not messing up or causing irritation or anything like that. And just so you guys know, men are not excluded. Of course, we women, are always looking for ways to shine and to look better, to increase our self-confidence. However, again, skin is your largest organ, so we want our men taking care of their health as well. My husband likes to say that he likes to protect the sexy, right? So we need to preserve that. We need to be able to take care of ourselves and truly let our bodies shine. So I love that tagline, you guys. Your health, your life, your way. As I mentioned to you before, USANA has been in our life since 1994. In my husband's life, that's when his dad actually found USANA and started focusing a little bit more on his health. And for me, my personal journey was a little bit different with USANA. Coming up from Brazil, moving up here from Brazil, I was very skeptical when it came to, supplement taking, because in Brazil is very, there's a lot of abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables. You really eat from the ground. There's not a lot of, transportation between states and things like that, at least at that time growing up. So, I remember going to college and seeing all my roommates like popping pills, right? But they're actually taking vitamins. I just didn't really understand why they're doing that, but, eating fast food throughout the day. So for me, it wasn't congruent. Once I found USANA and I understood that, it is supplementing your lifestyle, it's really improving both together. And then about, back in 2010, my husband was actually laid off from his, quote, secure job. And, I remember how that shook our world big time. My husband and I actually had been debt-free at that time. We had our son, and I was expecting actually our second child at that time. And I remember I was at the grocery store. It was a Monday morning, and he gave me a call, and he let me know that he had just been laid off. And I just, I left the car to where I was, thankfully got the kid, right? Went to my car and I started crying. The reason I started crying wasn't because I doubted my man's ability to provide for a family. I grew up literally in one of the poorest areas in Brazil. My dad passed away. I was 18 months old, and my mom was a widow with 4 kids under the age of 10 to raise. I knew what it was like to be poor. We always joked around in our home that money was never a problem because we never had any. So it wasn't about what it meant to be tight on money. The reason why I started crying and the reason why I had to be open to a paradigm shift, to a belief shift in my life was because that system that my mom had taught me, my hardworking mom, our parents had taught us, and society had reinforced was that you go to school, you get good grades, you get a good secure job, and you work for 40 years and then retire, right? So that was the belief system that we were operating at that time. And that system failed us. That system failed us without taking any consideration to the person behind that severance package. So for us at that time was a very wake up call moment. It was the best thing, honestly, that we could have happened to us was my husband being laid off from his quote secure job, because it was the time that we had to make changes. But for me, it was a time that I understood that whatever I do now, I have the privilege and the responsibility to leave a legacy to my children. And the linear income, the system that we had grown up no longer applied to them, and certainly will not apply, for the next generation. So that's the change that it gave us, right? So here's the thing, here's the reality. Unfortunately, half of college graduates today are jobless and underemployed. I have the opportunity to actually speak, be a public speaker at high schools and junior highs. I mainly speak on body image. Utah is actually number 5 in the nation today for teen suicide attempt. So my personal responsibility, I use my time in a way that I can improve and change that reality, and I believe we can. However, what I see as, working with a lot of, high school kids and whatnot as they're looking, towards going to college, is that they don't really know what they want to do. Like, that question, right? Do you know what you want to do when you grow up? Yeah, type of thing. You don't have to do it. You don't have to know right away. That's totally fine. However, how many of our friends are going to college? Don't get me wrong. Both my husband and I have college degrees. I'm not saying that that's not the right way to go. However, it's not the only way. Today in the US, student loans is the highest. It is at its highest, and right now it is actually higher than debt, than credit card debt, and health-related debt. So what are we going to do with all this, graduated, qualified people that don't have jobs? And this is something that is really sad, unfortunately. Roughly 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. You guys, we are literally the greatest, greatest economy. I have become very passionate about studying U.S. history. I am an American citizen as well. So how is this a reality? How got to that place? And it's so sad to be able to see families again and again and again sacrificing, compromising health because of finances. And I don't understand why they can't just see all the opportunities that are literally, all over the place here. Because one of the saddest things that we see is what? An overqualified, passionate, capable, self-motivated person get fired from their job, wake up the next day, put on a suit, and go out and look for another job. They didn't learn their lesson. So, life does not happen from 8 to 5. Life does not happen every 1st and 20th or 5th and 30th of the month. That's not how life happens. However, we have been sectioned into thinking that way. And we are in the information age. We are in the digital age and drowning for wisdom, because unfortunately we are operating a very outdated system right now when it comes to the way we live our lives, the way we live our vocations. We are the only generation in history, you guys, that have the luxury to, quote, live your passion. What do you want to do? What do you want to be when you grow up? We don't have to worry about the little things of society, of survival anymore, like how to get water and how to prepare for winter and things like that. But we are wasting that on an 8 to 5 job that does not feed our personal purpose anymore. So here's something that we can see changing and shifting, in our life today. Do you guys remember this? Call centers, right? I actually worked on them when I was like in one of them in Brazil when I was 17 years old, but it has been outsourced. Try speaking to a person when you call your insurance or your, TV service provider or something. It's like pulling teeth. Is awful. You can't get a hold of someone. Everything's automated or is outsourced for a different country right now. So remember this Blockbuster, right? I remember you had like, it was the coolest thing for a teenager to have a Blockbuster membership. It was awesome, and they're all over. And they're huge stores as well, but no longer, right? Redbox came on and pretty much took over the DVD world, right? By the hand, and it was amazing. $1? Are you serious? A vending machine that offers you DVDs on the go for $1. And I remember my husband's like, okay, don't forget to return to the Redbox and I have to pay the extra fee, right? So things like that. Well, I don't remember the last time I actually rented a Redbox, but I use this every single day with my kids, right? Netflix, right there on your TV, right on your, control. So life is changing, right? The pace of life, and when it comes to not only the way that we live our lives, but I think our perspective for the future as well. So what I love understanding is that entrepreneur desire is like, it's truly within us to be able to own our future. And 94% of people today actually shows that they want to own their own business. They just don't know how. I'm sorry, I don't have the capital to start, a franchise maybe, or a new business, a new entrepreneur business. However, like I don't want to go into this huge, massive debt either, go into partnership or get investors. Like that's a lot of headache. Your business ends up owning you, not the other way around. So one thing that one of our friends told us, and it's so true. So network marketing is actually the poor man's franchise. The risk is very low. The initial investment is very low. However, the potential for earning is just as big, if not higher, honestly, when it comes to trading time, leveraging your time to build your business, when it comes to a regular conventional business. So now again, the answer is a home-based business. I was not very, money smart when we started our business. My husband actually has a degree in business, specifically, but he's the smart one that taught me a lot of things in the beginning. But what I knew is that I had to do something different than what we're doing at that time. And one of the things is understanding how your money can work for you. Money is neutral. It's not bad. It's not good. It's really about how you use it. And one of the things is that you can actually have, with your home-based business, you can save money. Even if you're not profitable yet, you can save money just in your taxes. How wonderful that is. So being able to write off part of your mortgage or your miles as you're building your business, your phone, you name it. There's so many different things that you have, personal tax deductions right there. So that's a whole other, game change for me to understand how to be a little bit more money smart. So Paul Pilzer, he said something interesting about network marketing specifically. He said, network marketing provides an opportunity open to absolutely everyone, regardless of background, specialized skills, or accrued capital worth. Never before in history has a business opportunity held the potential to have such an incredible positive impact on the lives of its customers. It is true, you guys. It is so true. And you can see that booming. That's why it's become so widely accepted, as a new industry, as a new professional in network marketing right now. So over 9 million people worldwide are involved in network marketing. North America only, sales reach over 30 billion per year. So, we have heard this before, and it's so true when understanding how much money is involved in this industry. So you don't have to have a piece of the pie of that 30 billion. You just need to lick the knife that cuts the pie, and you'll be fine. You'll be set for life. So understanding there's so much more money to be made out there, I think it opens up your horizons in a way that maybe hasn't before. And I hope that we can add value to that choice when it comes to you, because for me, that made a difference, a huge difference. That made a difference of me staying home with my kids instead of going back to work after I start having kids. That made a difference to where, we're now, like I said, debt free and on a plan to be able to pay off our home and leave that as a legacy for our children. Can you imagine not having a mortgage? That's like insane. I'm 31. So, thinking about that on a long term, it is, again, using money to be able to feed your dreams, not just, pay the bills day in and day out. So, what is the global sales? This is back from 2013. So, the NFL, 9.5 billion in revenue right there. Music industry, 15 billion. Video gaming, 76 billion. Are you serious? They make that much money? Oh my goodness. Movie industry, 88 billion. Natural foods, 90 billion. Network marketing, 178 billion. It's more than double, you guys. That's insane to be able, again, to see how much money there is to be made from a home-based business. Again, you just need a little piece of that to be able to, feed your personal dreams. And there's so many different options out there. I hope that I can have shown you today that, USANA, it is a partnership that we are proud that we get to work with, that we chose as a vehicle to be able to, feed our personal dreams and our finances as well. So what are the different types of income? You can see right there, linear income, which is what the system that, I was mentioning is a little bit outdated right now. We still need jobs, of course, that's for sure. But trading time or a service for money, it only gets you so far. There's just so much you can make. There's like, almost a cap right there. But not only that, if you're not there, you're not making money. If you're not providing the service, you're not making money. When you leverage your income, and you can leverage time, either time or money, then you can create what we call residual income. So, USANA, how would that work? How would you be able to start creating that residual income? It's very simple. Here's you. And then, like I said, the beginning of it would be for you to take that true health assessment. You asked that from the person who invited you to attend this webinar. But where can USANA come to meet your health needs? How can we prioritize where to start? Maybe it's weight management. Maybe it is, the supplement line. Maybe it is something that you really want to be able to expand and use all three lines, right? The skincare, the supplements, or the food lines. So you choose. You'll be able to choose at that time how to get started. You come to love the products, but you don't want, like so many Americans today, compromise your health due to your finances. So you can become what we call a referral partner. And all you need to do is go ahead and share that product with about 10 or to 15 people. Share the products that you are taking, that I'm taking, and say, hey, maybe you're already taking some vitamin D over the counter. Let me tell you what a pharmaceutical grade of vitamin D actually makes a difference in how you absorb and utilize that specific vitamin, right? So not only you have become educated, you are now adding value to someone and offering something that actually gets the results that they want. So that's how you'd be able to share a little bit of USANA's, products and get your products paid for as you make 10% of the total volume sales. So we don't make, the 10% that we make is not off the dollar amount. So each product in USANA is attached to a point system. The reason for that is because USANA is a global company. Like I mentioned, my husband and I, our business has expanded into 5 different countries now. So when my customers in Europe buy a product, they pay in their own currency. I don't even know how much they have to pay. USANA takes care of all of that. But in my business shows up as the same amount of points as someone who would in the US be purchasing that same product. So I make 10% of that total volume from those sales. That happens in my business by sharing those products. Okay, let's say that you would actually like to be able to create a side income. Now you want to create a residual income, and you then decide if you want this to be your sole income a few years from now, or just have a little bit of that, that side income to maybe provide for a retirement plan or pay off some debt or whatever it is. So now, not only you're sharing with your customers, with 10 to 15 customers or more, but you're also looking for people that would like to, like you, share with other people as well. So they go on and share with 10 to 15 people to get their product paid for or to actually build a business with it. So, there's a little bit of two different levels there, but again, you're making, you get paid 10% of the total volume right there. So it is interesting, and it's simple enough because I know I share with so many people about books that I read, about stores that I go to, about restaurants, you name it. And I'm not making any money off of that. However, if I'm sharing something that adds value to people's life, that makes a difference in the way that their lifestyle is developed and leaves them a legacy of health, that's pretty awesome. That's what I call true vocation. That's what I call living your purpose. So that's, for me, that's what it means, right? It looks like just a graph on the screen, but on the day-to-day, it adds so much more purpose, to the way that I live my personal life. So how do you earn more than just one income? I love multiple streams of income. That's one of the, quote, Americanized ideas that I did not have when I was living in Brazil as a teenager. Where I was like, what? You can make money more than one way? My goodness, that's wonderful. So retail sales, the first one right there. That's pretty simple to understand. You buy a product for $100, you sell for 120, right? So you made 20%, of the value right there, in revenue. Weekly commissions. I love this because I don't have to map out my personal finances on around the 5th and the 30th and whatever day, right, that I get, quote, paid. Every single week, USANA will give me a check based on the sales or the volume sales, right, for that week between me and my team. So I love being able to, just plan that way, having that weekly income instantaneously, right? Like it just happened. I just sold these things right here this week and I get paid. So I love not having to wait for that. Lifetime matching bonus. So this is unheard of. This concept right here, lifetime matching bonus, is unheard of in the sales culture, unfortunately, because when you recruit someone, right, into your team, but let's say you are working for a company and you have to train a new salesperson, the ego or the natural instinct for us in humans, like, I'm not going to tell that person all the, quote, secrets or all the ins and outs that took me so long and such a hardworking, process to learn. I'm going to let them just kind of learn on their own, like, go make your mistakes, dude. I had to make mine, right? In USANA is completely different because you want your teammates to succeed from the get-go. Yes, they're going to make mistakes, absolutely, but you also want to be there to be able to help them through that. And by doing that, investing your time and your resources to train a new teammate, a new partner into your organization, well, you get to make up to 15% of their paycheck, their weekly paycheck. That doesn't come out of their paycheck. USANA pays you because you did a good job. Can you imagine if our kindergarten teachers were paid that way? How amazing would that be, right? I honestly don't think our teachers are getting paid enough, but if they make a percentage, even if it is a very, very small percentage, let's say 0.05 of the lawyer's paycheck, of the doctor's paycheck that they helped train from kindergarten years, I think this is like genius, right? It creates team synergy. It creates like you're really trying to serve for the better. You, of course, are being reimbursed here, but you want that person to succeed. It does not hurt you that they are doing well, right? Incentive programs. I love trips. Of course, I love traveling. Every single year, my husband and I, go on our vacation with our USANA family or USANA friends. Many of those trips we have earned, meaning we paid zero to go because of growing our business. Sometimes we plan to go together. Sometimes we plan to go as a family. But it's a time that my husband and I have to look forward to recharge, to be with like-minded people. We get to serve. We get to, get to know so many different beautiful places in God's earth. And it's such a wonderful experience to be able to reset your mind as well, get away from the distraction. But mainly, to tell the truth, I love not having to plan any of that. USANA plans it all, from entertainment to food to where we stay, everything. I mean, they take care of you like no one else. So I love being able to have that as an incentive, but also something to look forward to. Like, that's our time together. So I love being able to have that. As you grow in your business, you have then access to leadership and elite bonus. That's kind of like, hey, you are, quote, in the grown-up world of your business now. Let's get you some more incentives right there. So the leadership bonus would be participating in a 3% worldwide weekly bonus pool. So on top of your weekly commissions, you're actually getting a percentage of this worldwide revenue that USANA has. So in Leap Bonus, now when you become one of USANA's top income earners, you also have the opportunity to participate in a portion of their quarterly bonus. So talk about really being able to be rewarded for your hard work. All the first 4 all the way up to the purple one right there is available from day one. But it'll take you a while to get to the leadership level. It will take you practice and experience. So USANA wants to be able to know that you will keep being rewarded for your sacrifice, for your commitment, for your efforts, and for your service. So I love having more things to look forward to, right? So what is the average, or what is the projection, expectation, for earnings when you start your USANA business? I love understanding right here this part-time, kind of in the middle of the screen right there. So we have several different levels, of course, of rankings within USANA. It's kind of cool to, these mile markers that you can achieve for together, individually, with your team, you name it. And it gets really fun. It's like if you have run a marathon before, it's like, yay, 1 more mile. Mile 12, yes, got to achiever. Mile 25, yes, got to bronze director. So it's really fun to be able to celebrate that with your team and your USANA family as well. Right here on the 4th column, weekly average income. So that's weekly. Remember, USANA pays you every Friday, right? So depending on the level that you have, that you are, either a believer, a director, or whatnot, your weekly income will also reflect that, will also reflect the growth in your business. And then on the very last right here, the annual average, you have the opportunity as a part-time. Again, that's somewhere between 15 to 25, maybe 30 hours a week in your business. Maybe that's like almost full-time already, actually. But as a part-time associate, that's on top of your current income, okay? To earn between $3,000 and $46,000 per year. Can you imagine the difference that this would make in an average family life in America? Can you imagine? Actually, part-time, $46,000, that's more than what I was making full-time in corporate America as a teacher. I was an anatomy teacher for a massage school for 2 years, and I was making not even that, not $46,000, and I was working 40 hours a week. So again, that is the magic of part-time. That's the magic of leveraging your income. My husband and I now, we're gold directors, and you can see here the weekly average income and the annual average income. So, many months, actually, we make more with our USANA business than my husband does with his full-time income. And again, I'm home, you guys. I'm home. My kids are awake already. I'm working. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm home with my kids. I would say 90% of the week, I'm here for all 3 meals. I'm putting them to bed. We're not missing soccer games. We're not missing swim lessons. You name it, right? And my personal journey right now is to retire my husband from corporate America. There's nothing wrong with working, a dignified job. It's not about that. But I want him home. I want him here to raise our kids with us, right? And be able to live our dreams together. Because again, I don't believe that life happens from 8 to 5. And you will spend 3/4 of your life in your job. So it has to be something that you're extremely passionate about, that you love to do. If not, 3/4 of your life are being wasted around people that are negative, that you really don't care for, maybe don't care for you. And just like I said, in our experience with being laid off a few years ago, is that the decisions we'll make, and it doesn't matter who you are at the end of the day. So we want to matter. We want to be able to add value, and again, leave a legacy, because this is a business that we can build to our children as we're no longer, on this earth. So what a wonderful perspective towards life, right? Towards the future. So like I said before, it's not just about the making of the money, right? It's not just how you earn your income. I have really come to have a change of heart, a change of beliefs when it comes to what money means. And it's a recycling tool. Here are some of the pictures from some of the trips that we have gone with USANA and what we like to call USANA lifestyle. We have been able to serve in rebuilding preschools in Mexico and painting. Well, actually, this picture in the middle, we were down in Aruba painting an elementary school there just, a little while ago. So, it gives us the option to participate in something bigger than us that I would not be able to do on my own. Belonging to something greater inspires me to be better on the daily life. So on the left bottom right here, that was Marshall facing some of his fears. On the right, that's me, getting a bucket list, kissing a dolphin. And it's a wonderful way to be able to have those things to look forward to besides just, like I said, paying the bills and leaving the H5 job. So I'm so passionate about sharing that opportunity with, people around us as well. Here's some of the other fun stuff that we have been able to do. We have been on cruises with USANA, visit the Caribbean. We have, the most fun actually is be able to do this with our friends. These are just some of our friends that we already had before starting USANA, and they are partners in our business as well. We are riding bikes through Mexico jungle, visiting the Mayan Riviera. So it's like just wonderful things and spending time with our little ones, our growing family. And on top of that, opportunities that we have never even thought about before. Oh my goodness, like bucket list items, dreams I didn't even know I had. Met some of my favorite mentors like Dr. Oz and Dr. Libby Weaver. I have been able to do a Zumba presentation in a USANA convention in front of over 10,000 people. Can you imagine? Like all of them moving with you? That was like the highlight of my year. So be able to, be featured in a magazine, and Marshall be able to speak, in front of our USANA family as well. So those are dreams, you guys, that you don't really plan for, but when they happen, it's like, wow, how amazing to be able to look forward to having that. And I know that USANA has been the vehicle to achieve so many of our undreamed dreams, right? That we didn't even know we had before. And I want that for you. I believe that success is not finite. I believe that you can go out there and get it as well. We just need to have the right vehicle. And for us, it is a privilege to be able to use USANA as that vehicle to create that lifestyle that we not only get joy from, but on the hard times sustain us through as well. So, what do you need to understand though when it comes to this industry, when it comes to building a business with USANA? And this is such an overlooked concept, delayed gratification. Let me kill a myth right now for you. If you were to get involved and become a network marketing professional as I am, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not something that is going to be short-term, short-lived. Those dreams that I just showed you guys, they do not happen overnight. Okay, so we have this little math here, 1, 3, 5, 7, right? So it'll take you a year of consistent effort to become competent, to become profitable, because you will earn what your skill level reflects. So if you don't know how to present an opportunity, how to talk the product, right? So you have to develop those skills first. It's just kind of like going to school. You don't graduate from high school and then you just go on to whatever career you want, right? You have to, quote, go to school for a while. The thing, though, is that you are earning while you're learning. It's not, you don't have to wait that year period in order to make any money with USANA. No, that's not it. But in order to be able to be profitable and competent, there's a year of consistent effort of learning, right? And then as you move on into your learning experience, your growth experience, you, in about 3 years or so, that's an average, can go full-time and replace your current income. We have people, that doing much less time than that, and there are people that take a little bit longer. And let me tell you something interesting. It does not matter. That time, it doesn't matter. It does not reflect the amount of money that they make now. Sometimes people that make a six-figure or something, they replace that in less than 3 years. And there are people that are living minimum wage that takes 5 or 6 years to replace that. So again, this 3 year of consistent effort right here, this average is based on your skill level and your willingness to learn and how teachable or coachable you are, how open you are to the opportunity, how open you are to honestly to fail and to learn that you can go and be better. So, 5 years then of consistent effort to become a six-figure income earner. 7 years of consistent effort to become an expert, a world class. And for me, what that means is that you go from success to significance. It's when you can start using money as a recycling tool and leaving a footprint, right, an imprint of a legacy that makes a difference. Because you and I have an opportunity now. We know more. We know better, and we can be able to leave that behind in a very different way for those that are coming, behind us. So, how does it in a graph, right? If we were to put that the previous slide on a graph, how would that look like? So the blue line right here is your job, right? You in the beginning you're definitely acquiring some skills, but keep in mind that career also comes after years of school and some piled up debt as well. And then you have a certain opportunities to grow there within a few years being in that career. However, it is very limited, especially if you are working with a corporation. Even if you're in sales and things like that, it can be pretty limited depending on the type of career that you choose. With your USANA business, you can see there, that's the red line, you can see there after that first year of learning, of skill development and whatnot, you can see the growth curve in your business. And once you pass that 3-year mark or so, you can see leveraging your income as you build a business with your team, as you expand your business maybe into different markets and whatnot. So it's awesome, right? To be able to look forward to something that not only provides growth, but helps you grow as well. Richard Bronson, he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you are not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. That's definitely the truth for me. Oh my goodness, I had no idea how to be an entrepreneur. How do I run a home-based business? It's like, hold on, but hey, I still have to do laundry and groceries. Like, yeah, I have to do all that stuff, right? But you get to do something else higher than you. Like you get to become something better through the everyday work. And again, my husband and I, we're so blessed that we get to choose USANA as that vehicle to build a lifestyle that we are so appreciative, that we feel so blessed, and we can't not share. We would be less than friends, we would be less than neighbors, we would be less than, honestly, Christians if we didn't share what has made such a huge impact in our life. So after everything you saw today, after everything you learned from the health products, from the business opportunity, where do you see yourself? Maybe you like to become a customer and really try these products and have enjoyed the benefits in your lifestyle, or you're interested but you have some questions or concerns, or you actually ready to get started. Like, okay, where do I start? Where do I sign up? And how do I get started for training? Because I need this right now. You're ready for that change. And what I tell the people that I work with is I'm looking for people that are looking for me, right? This business is not for everyone, you guys. I'm going to be the first one to tell you this. And it's not because people can't develop these skills. It's that many, unfortunately, are not willing to. And it's not because of their personality or their background or their race. It's not because of that. The business is not for everyone because honestly, people have different passions and whatnot. But USANA can feed your lifestyle in so many different ways, from health to finances. So as we finish here, I wanted to thank you, for your time. I wanted to, thank you for the opportunity you gave us to be able to share this with you. And let me see if I can go back here so you can see me again. There you go. I want to thank you for your time and to be able to let me share a little bit of what has made USANA such a valuable tool in our life. And in closing, I wanted to leave you with this quote or the story that Zig Ziglar taught me, shared once. And he said, God told me to build a better world. And I said, how? Such a cold and lonely place, there's nothing I can do. God is in his infinite wisdom and love said, child, just build a better you. Thank you for letting us share with you the tools that has helped us become, especially me, become a better me. I know that there's so much to look forward to, and in the world we live in today, I want to be a force for positive. I want to be a force for change and a force for good, because I truly believe that we need that. We need that in the women, in the moms that can support, our children, our spouses, but also feel that back, feel that we're supported, that we matter. And the biggest partnership that my husband, could offer me, besides raising our children together and having an eternal marriage, is that he can allow me to live my passion, and USANA is the vehicle that we have chosen. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I hope that, we can see you around the USANA family.